Hey, welcome to Men on Scandal. This is our weekly look at every episode of Scandal from the eyes of a man, the optics of a male, the male Homo sapien. And in Washington, D.C., that's Troy Johnson making sure his glasses. What's wrong, man?
I was giving the optical.
Oh, okay, cool, good. There you go. And in New York City is Mark Clark. What's up, man?
What's going on, peoples?
Man, people been wondering where you been. Of course.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Tony didn't.
There we are. Here I am. Yeah, we'll take Mark audio. Any way we can get him, man.
Yeah, you know, with the bloodbath here in New York, man, people were wondering was I also fired from the podcast? But no.
No.
Scandal lives forever, man. With or without a job, we're down.
That's
Nobody.
right.
Yes, I think we all proved that, didn't we? We each had a turn at that mic, didn't we?
Lord have mercy.
Goodness. Anyway, this episode was called "I See You," and it opens up with Olivia, Eli, and Jake and Vanessa having dinner at Eli's house while OPA is installing hidden cameras. I don't know if that's Jake's apartment or Vanessa's apartment, or are they shacking? But Jake described Olivia to Vanessa as the sister he never had.
Ooh.
Man, that was...
There's a lot.
That was, man.
Were they in West Virginia?
I was like, man, that's brutal. That is brutal.
It's a play on words because that's one sister he had time and time again.
Yeah. Abby's watching Sally on the Liberty Report talk about how Governor Vargas lied about running for president. And Abby doesn't believe that Vargas is running for president. But Cyrus's office boy is in the room with Abby, and he tells Abby that he would leave working for President Grant if Cyrus left to run Vargas's campaign, which was like a big red flag for Abby, because she's like, why are we having this conversation, and what do you know?
Right. Oops.
You know, so...
The bone fell out of your mouth. Be careful.
Now, Abby wants Quinn to look into whether Cyrus is running Vargas's campaign, but Quinn says, I ain't got time to do that, man. I'm running OPA. I'm running OPA over here, man.
I'm busy.
Like,
I'm just so busy.
Does Olivia know you're saying that? She goes, no, but I'm running OPA, but I am running OPA. And she, you know what, to be fair, she has been running OPA.
Yeah.
You know? So Huck and Marcus are watching Huck's son Javi play soccer on traffic cams. Man, those were some nice cameras that he's watching on the traffic cam. That's a hell of a camera he's watching. And they both see Kim's, Huck's ex, they see Kim's new boyfriend for the first time, which tightens up Huck's jaw a little bit. And, you can do a lot of things in life, but one thing you should not do is cause Huck's jaw to tighten.
No.
You should never want to do that. So Mellie meets with Hollis Doyle. Now, in promos and stuff I saw on social media, they say that it was going to be a new Donald Trump type character introduced in this episode of Scandal, but they wouldn't say who it was. And it appears that there's been Hollis Doyle. I don't know if Hollis is working as a lobbyist, but he has big money, big Republican money to spend, as he puts it, on a girl that's going to put out. You going to put out for me, Mellie Grant?
I know that hurt Tony's ears for his girlfriend to be assaulted like that.
Well, you know what, man? If I can't have her, man, so
And he was like if Donald Trump and Jerry Jones had a baby, I guess.
Yes,
He had
Jerry Trump.
he had no chill on any of his comments.
Nothing, man. He was just he was being a pig. He wants Mellie to promise to pull the plug on the EPA because he's an oil man, and he wants to drill down.
Huh?
What? If she doesn't, if she does, he says he's ready to write her a check for $500 million, $500 million. But she says, I can't promise you that, and she tries to keep the conversation going. He gets up and walks out.
I'm out of here.
He gave it a gas face, man. He moves on to Susan Ross, and Fitz advises Susan to stay clear of Hollis Doyle. You know, and Cyrus is pushing for a Susan Ross Hollis Doyle meeting, and Abby kind of notices that he's pushing this agenda that he knows is going to be a disaster. so she makes a mental note of that. You know, she's like saying, well, note to self. Huck thinks he recognizes Kim's boyfriend, and at a diner he asks Charlie if he looks familiar, and Charlie says, you know what, he looks like Six Toes.
Man, there ain't nobody but Six Toes, man.
You know, David tells Abby that Cyrus has been in contact with Governor Vargas. Apparently, she had David look into it. He's had dinner with Governor Vargas, and he's had 27 phone calls with Governor Vargas, and he has visited Pennsylvania. As Mellie is telling Olivia that Hollis is meeting with Susan, Olivia's watching the video feed that Quinn and I think Charlie installed, and it's a video feed of Jake and Vanessa getting freaky.
Yeah.
And once he spins Vanessa around and he's like kissing on her neck and stuff, he looks right into the camera. That's gotta be creepy.
You knew that was coming, Tony. Come on.
I know it was coming, but that's still.
Why is she
that's still
doing this nonsense, man? Come on. I know what I'll do. I'm gonna put cameras in Jake's house. Come
Right.
on.
Well, you know what? But Jake had cameras put in his house. Remember when he first got with Olivia, he was watching her.
She was doing the same thing. Only difference is he's a technical expert.
He's the head of he's running the
He
NSA.
runs the NSA. He's a naval intelligence officer. She
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah, I think Oak always, short changes Jake on who he is. You know what I mean? Does
Yeah.
he know?
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? You know, it's kind of like
Yeah. But then a lot of times he doesn't act like the NSA guy.
He doesn't have to. He's the man.
But you're the NSA guy. You don't go to happy hour. You don't go to a bar.
That's the part of it, Tony. That's the part of it. Man.
I guess.
Do what
Well,
I wanna do.
Olivia shuts off the feed because it's like, I mean, it's like, you're spying on someone and you think you're spying on someone and then they just kind of look up and look right at you on the camera. That's got to be like the worst feeling, man. It's like, all of a sudden the tables got turned on you just like that, man.
I guess I should have put this camera inside the lantern. Shouldn't have left it on the table. Oops.
Yeah.
I was hoping-
Jake Vis.
I was hoping it was
Go
going to
ahead.
go another direction where Jake and his new girlfriend and Olivia have to deal.
No.
No? Okay.
No. Jake visits Olivia and he brings the hidden cameras and he tells her the show is over.
Hey, here's the receipt too. Take it back to Best Buy and hope
That's
you get your money.
right. He says he sees the surveillance photos that she has, and he tells Olivia that he didn't know that she was the jealous type. And Olivia wants to know how Vanessa fits into Eli and Jake's plans. That's the angle she's working, it appears. Yeah. And then Jake tells her, Fitz really screwed you up, man. I mean, he really messed you up. You're the textbook example of daddy issues. But we've been saying that for what? How many seasons we've been saying that she's got daddy issues?
Even
That's why
her daddy said she got daddy issues. You've got me.
Me issues.
That's right. You got me issues. Jake tells her that he's in love. He tells Olivia Vanessa is capable of loving him back, which is something that she could not do because there was always Vermont.
Touche.
This is a quiet Olivia.
Yeah, she was.
Olivia was.
Yeah.
She was taking.
Very quiet. Nothing to say.
Jake asked Olivia if she got off watching him and Vanessa.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to do it one more time for old times.
Well, he said a couple of weeks ago. He said, "This is what we're doing is not over with."
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
When he asked her though, her off-white pants did have a stain on them.
You know what?
Oh man.
No,
I
I did not.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and watch that. I missed that part, man. So
There was a sound
Ab-
effect, Mark.
No, I did not.
Abby confronts Cyrus about Vargas, and Cyrus plays it off. And Abby's not buying what he's selling, and she tells him that he's been to Harrisburg, and he says he went to see his niece. His niece lives in Harrisburg. Apparently, it's his niece Oliver's daughter. Oliver, who doesn't exist.
Yes.
So he doesn't have a niece. He's an only child.
Right. That's his.
And then
that's his go-to person.
Yeah, that's his go-to, man. Oliver and Oliver's children are apparently his go-to. But then he has the nerve to get offended. He gets offended.
Yes.
How do you know who I was on the phone with? How'd you get this? Until he sees that Abby has him, and then he crumbles like a Marco Rubio presidential campaign.
Damn.
You did a
just
little
falls-
Marco there. Little Marco.
Yep. He did have Abby on the ropes, it looked like, for a second, though. The way he was, giving her the whole invasion of privacy thing. She looked intimidated for a minute, and then she was like, no. No. And then he begs her not to tell Fitz, which she agrees to do, but I think that put a thought in her head. Like, I got you right where I want you.
This is it.
You are my bitch.
Damn.
You know? Marcus enlightens Quinn and Charlie on who Six Toes is, being, you know, Kim's boyfriend, Javi's ex. And Huck finds Six Toes on the side of the road with car trouble. And I'm going to assume that that Huck messed with the dude's car so it would break down.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, it had to be that way. He offers to drive Six Toes to a gas station.
Hi, I'm Harold. You got a problem there, buddy?
What was that?
Glasses
What was
on,
that?
the whole.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Who does that?
Yeah, the light on my car seemed to come on for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
I can't find my cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, it's in Harold's back pocket. Six Toes.
Yeah, get on in. I'll take you to the gas station. Don't worry about that toolbox. Don't worry about that toolbox.
And that plastic.
Yeah.
And that plastic sheeting and stuff, man. So Fitz, Liz, and Susan meet with Hollis in the Oval, and Fitz is throwing major shade, man. He's throwing major shade at Hollis, and with good reason. But then he says, you know, he kind of messed up, though, when Fitz says, you know, I didn't need your money when I was running for president. And Hollis says, you mean the second election? Because we all know how you got the first election.
Damn.
First election, there was money and murder and deceit and fraud involved with those damn machines, and that Supreme Court judge that got smothered to death by Fitz and all that stuff.
Yes.
Hollis gives Melly a second chance to bend his ear. Let's talk about those freeloading illegals, he says. That's the Donald Trump coming out in him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Abby tells Olivia that Cyrus is cheating on the president. She also admits she's fiending for Cyrus's job as chief of staff.
Power corrupting.
You know? Yeah. Or Olivia tells her, you know, you go down that road of destroying Cyrus, it's going to change you forever, man.
Look at me, girl. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You take that white hat off, and there's no going back. But the thirst is real, man.
Yes, it is.
I didn't think I'd ever see Abby with thirst like that, though. But you know,
Well, I've been taking an L every year. This is my big chance. I'm smart enough. Mm-hmm. Doggone it, people like me. You know, I mean, she in her mind, she is, you know, almost Olivia.
right?
Like
Right.
even her and Quinn had a meeting, you know, at that park bench where Olivia always has her meetings.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing her whole stilo. So
Yeah.
she's like, hey, you know, I know how the game is played on the inside. This is my opportunity. And if I don't bury Cyrus, then somebody else with bigger balls is going to come along and take me out. This is
Right.
my only chance.
Yeah,
She was right
about that. Yeah, she's right. Quinn tells Olivia what Huck is up to with Six Toes, who by the way, his name is Sean. Yes. But Six Toes just seems like the, you know. So they go looking for him.
By the way, his name was Six Toes, but because of Huck's first encounter with him, he lost one, didn't he?
I think he lost more than one because they said something about. I think Charlie said something that he could walk with 3 toes.
Damn.
So I think he lost more than one, man. But yeah, Sean and Huck, Six Toes, are talking about Kim and Javi. Now, of course, Six Toes has no idea who Harold really is, and they pass the gas station, and he says, "Harold, there's the gas station right there." And you know, Huck just keeps driving. He says, "My name isn't Harold, and your name isn't Sean."
Mm.
And Sean and Sean crapped his pants at that point. You know, he was trying to like, can I get out of here? Do I jump out? Do I roll? Do I take a roll and risk busting my head open on the pavement or what? What? You know, he couldn't even get out, man.
My mother always told me never get in the car with strangers. I'm a grown ass man. Damn it.
I should have never asked this man about his kid.
Yeah,
Jeez.
man.
Yeah, so, you have any kids? Not anymore. I'm so what? What?
You see, that's why Six Toes should have took an Uber to the gas station, man. Man, Melly explains her campaign platform to Hollis. She tells Hollis her campaign slogan is "Embrace America's Tomorrow." She also tells him that she's going to announce her candidacy from her old elementary school. Right. And he just nods his head and smiles and says, "I have my people call your people tomorrow." She just don't know. She don't know.
Olivia told her.
Yep. Olivia, Quinn, and Marcus find Six Toes' car. And Marcus says he didn't know. I didn't know Huck ate people for a living. I'm the last one to know anything. And Olivia tells Quinn, you know what? You need to like keep him in the loop. He's part of the family now. And Quinn's like, family? What family? Ain't got no family here. This ain't no family. I mean, she goes in, man. They have it out about Olivia not being at OPA and how Olivia abandoned OPA for personal reasons, like the White House and that little stinking island that she went to with Jake, and always running off, bouncing between two men. Olivia says that she changed because she was kidnapped. I actually forgot she was kidnapped.
I mean, finally, we find out what the hell's going on with Olivia.
Yeah. She says her freedom was taken. Yada, 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 yada. Did she just say, I'm selfish? I'm selfish.
But you know what? She got points off in her soliloquy about that situation.
Yeah.
Because she said, for that week. What? That week?
Week?
You were kidnapped for a week. What?
But she said she was auctioned on the net, and a week later she was in the White House.
Yeah.
But she says, I'm selfish because I can be. Because of what I went through.
You go, girl.
I wrote that one down. I might be able to use that one later on in my life.
She's like, I wore corduroy for 2 days.
Right.
Oh, man. So back on the road where Olivia and Marcus and Quinn, Huck shows up on the side of the road with 6 toes. He's toting 6 toes on his shoulder.
Man.
He says 6 toes isn't 6 toes. He's Sean. He's Sean. He could actually probably do like a love songs program, Huck. Like the Quiet Storm. He could do the Quiet Storm, huh?
Well, if you don't like it, you don't like the show, he'll kill you.
Yeah, that's right. Here's one for 6 toes. I know you're going to love it. A little tune called I Chopped Your Foot Off.
Yes. Well, it was messed up. It was messed up. 6 toes. He said, don't call him 6 toes. Call him one ball now. Damn.
Oh, man.
Abby tells Fitz about Cyrus running Vargas's presidential campaign after she told Cyrus that she wouldn't do that. She turns around and does. She makes her play. She makes her play for Cyrus's chief of staff job. Yeah. And Fitz is like, Cyrus wins again. And Abby says, no, Cyrus ain't got to win. Don't just hand him the W. Don't just give up like that. You got to like go in on him, You got to. And she brought up a good point. She goes, you shame him and he can't work for Vargas because Vargas is this candidate who's above reproach. Kind of reminds me of one of our presidents. I wonder which one is that. Well, I can't think of his name. Anyway, but she. So if Fitz does this, and this, and that, Fitz will win. And you don't have to find a chief of staff. I'm standing right here. And Fitz tells Abby, okay, fire Cyrus and your chief of staff.
Go ahead.
And then she turns around and walks away, and Fitz is looking at her like, I could do that. Did you notice that? He looked at her like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I could see that.
He's like, hey, what's going on, Red? Did the curtains match the drapes? What's going on?
Huck and Olivia drive Sean, 6 toes, who's unconscious, back to his car. Huck explains that he thought Sean was 6 toes and how he says Sean is going to be good for Kim and Javi. He said Sean had a ring in his pocket he was planning to give Kim. What are you going to do? I mean, when you're Huck, the only thing you can do is take him back to his car and hope that, like Huck says, he won't remember a thing. That's really all you can do. You can't really do anything else about that. That's like one of those things.
You can't knock out somebody, can you?
You know what? Yeah. You can't unfillet somebody.
No, you can't.
You know?
You can't.
You just can't do that. So Hollis Doyle announces he's running for president, and he does it from his old elementary school. And he wants to end racism and poverty, and he wants to embrace America's tomorrow. And Melly is livid. He stole her platform, her slogan, her tagline. I mean, the whole damn enchilada. She got housed. Man.
Yeah, but his platform is kind of crazy. On one hand, he's trying to help out the disenfranchised kids, but he's like, F the immigrants, F the people coming over. It's kind of messed up.
Well, he's the Donald Trump character.
Yeah.
Ripped from today's headlines. Yes. Susan and Fitz argue about Hollis running for president in the Oval. Susan yells at Fitz, and he reminds her, you don't get to yell at me in this office. Not in the Oval. You can't yell at me here. I'm the president.
Let me ask you something then. where can I yell at your ass? What room is that?
Hey, take me there. and then Liz tries to, like, you know, throw in the conversation, and she just says, get out. She don't even look at Liz. She says, get out. And so Liz bounces, man. And then Susan Ross reminds Fitz, this is a Susan Ross show. Okay, I'm running for president.
Go ahead, girl.
I was like, damn, you go. Now at OPA, Olivia explains to Quinn that she can be selfish. This was her apology to Quinn. I can be selfish because you handled OPA. So basically it was an apology.
You know, that's the way women do things, isn't it? It's kind of like, you know, Mark or Tony, we talked about this the other day when Melly just came barging in the room. Oh, hey, here, read this. See ya. Like, what? You know, I'm doing something right now. This was the same thing. Like, you know what? You really, you know, you did a great job. See you later. I'm gonna go get a bikini wax. Bye.
Yeah. Well, you know, and she, you know, it's basically an apology, and you know, you kind of look at Marcus.
That's a half apology.
Well, yeah, that's a half apology. Well, but then, you know, the thing is Marcus asked about what's the deal with the island and Jake and Olivia, and Quinn explains it to him, and then he asks Quinn, have you ever killed anybody? And she said, that's enough sharing information today. And he's got this look on his face like, you know, maybe I don't need to be here. You know,
who are these people?
I mean, maybe this might be too much for me.
But my pay grade.
You know, and does he know that he replaced Harrison, who was actually murdered? Does he know this?
Damn.
That he actually took the place of another man who was murdered?
Maybe
does he know?
Maybe he'll stick around for a while because his shirts and ties don't clash as much as Harrison did.
Yeah, he runs a conservative ship. You're right.
He does do that. Yeah, keeps it really basic. Yeah. So Abby fires Cyrus. She asks for his badge, and Cyrus has 15 minutes to clear out.
Damn, Cy.
He's stunned, and then right on cue, Aretha Franklin starts singing opera. Was it opera she was singing? What was that she was singing?
Yeah, she was Norsum Dorma.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Is that the same as Nostradamus? What is that?
It's an opera based on the suitor is trying to win the heart of a ice cold princess, and he has to solve the riddle, and if he doesn't, he will be beheaded. So.
Nice.
Is that true? Is that true? Or did you just pull that one out your ass?
No, that's true. I don't know how that ties in, but you know, that's it.
Really?
but that's really true.
That's
true. Okay. All right. See.
Mark.
See, I'd expected that from Troy, man. I expected that.
Got me on that one.
Yeah. You know,
once you start singing in Italian, you lost me.
You know what I'm saying?
But Aretha was killing it, though. Aretha's like,
she was killing it.
Norma. Norma. Norma.
Oh man!
Give me to hear that again, man. One time, man.
Awesome. Aretha putting that Detroit on it.
Yeah.
Oh man! I never heard a verb split in Italian.
and that song carried the rest of the show, man.
Yeah,
it did. So Olivia meets with Jake, and she calls a truce and admits that she misses him. And that's why I had the cameras up watching you, and that's why I was stalking you and this stuff. And he ain't believing her, though.
Yeah.
But he says, all right.
Yeah,
he says, all right.
Yeah, right, Olivia.
Yeah.
You can't play me. I'm Jake.
Right.
I run the NSA. I got access to all the cameras in the world. What are you talking You know?
Still lying, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Now, Vanessa shows up, all right? So that they kind of split from that scene after Vanessa shows up. And now Abby tells Fitz, really not even saying anything. She just nods to him like it's done, that Cyrus is fired. And then he asks her to join him and Susan for a drink. and she does. So Huck watches Javi play soccer one more game, man. Yeah. One last time. And then he turns off the traffic cams, man. At the bar, though, back at the bar with Jake and Vanessa takes her coat off and she drops her cell phone. And that triggers a memory of how Jake and Olivia met. And it's the same exact way. Yeah. It's the same exact way. And you know, Jake's got to take an L on that, man. I mean, you didn't even change it up.
Yeah.
You didn't change it up at all.
Why? It's working. It's working, baby. It's working.
It was in the book, man. You know, it was in the book with illustrations.
Yeah. You know.
Well, I mean, it was the whole thing was the same steps, and that triggers that, you know, how she remembers how her and Jake hooked up, and so Olivia excuses herself and she calls Quinn and says we need to step up the surveillance on Jake, because now she knows for certain that Jake and most likely her father Eli, they're up to something.
Yes.
And Vanessa may be a victim.
Could be.
You know, because Eli has no problem with collateral damage.
No,
that doesn't bother him at all.
There's a glaring statement there. When your phone is broken up and you don't give a damn, that obviously obviously shows you don't care.
Yes, it's true.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is a sign. If a woman's phone is scratchy and cracked up, she may, she may stink. It's a fact.
Wow. Is that a fact, man?
Wow.
You know,
I don't know, man.
you gotta take care. You gotta take care of your phone, man. Your phone is an extension of you.
Man.
Phone sounds like a replacement word right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You need to watch your phone.
Well, I didn't want to say it, but yes.
Yes. Speaking to my phone.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? Anyway, so that's I see you, man. Tell me what I missed.
I think you got it all, Tony.
Other than how Fitz was just getting it in, Fitz was just beasting with the honeys, wasn't he?
Not in this episode,
That was
but
last
yeah,
week,
before. It was
Oh,
last
sorry,
week,
guys.
man.
Sorry, guys. That was left over in my head, I guess.
There was absolutely no sex in this episode, Mark.
No.
My bad.
Well, almost with Jake and Vanessa.
Not the way he was describing it, though. Not the
Oh
way
no,
Mark
no,
was
no,
describing it, no.
no. Yeah, Fitz was burning through the honeys.
Yeah, I
man.
missed a few weeks and I'm all messed up. Sorry, guys.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
You got that Aretha thing right though, so you know.
Damn.
That's your cue. That was your cue, man. That was your cue.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Oh man.
Oh man.
That sounded very much like a chicken for some reason. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Come on, Super Chicken.
Oh no, man. Come on now. So anyway, that's the episode. I see you,
Tony, I want you to explain the TVs going off or the monitors going off at the end of the scene, though. Now, you described what was going on between the four locations. What does that mean? What do that mean?
The four shot. You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, it was done that way for a reason. I don't know what the reason of the four shot was, and then Quinn's business was done, and then so I guess it was closing every scene that was left open. I guess That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe people watching this have an explanation for that, because our viewers, man,
They know.
They are some cerebral people, man. They are deep.
On top of it.
They're on top of
Yes,
it,
they are.
man.
Speaking
They up in it.
of them being on top of it, guys, I'm gonna have to go.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, that's our episode. So if you can share it, subscribe to the channel, tell your peoples, put your comments down there. That would be most appreciated, right? So in New York, there's Mark Clark. In Washington, D.C., it's Troy Johnson. I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. Thanks for watching Men on Scandal, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.